What's up guys, Arisu here. Today I bring you the Make It Clip 4 Black Hole of Phase 3 of Dancing Mad Ultimate, and we're gonna be using the Fade Dog, the one in the pastebin. I'm gonna be basically giving a little bit of an explanation of like what it is, how it works, and some tips and tricks of what actually used to work for us, what exactly made us as a group click. And well, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, and vámonos. Okay, before we actually start with, the whole mechanic as a whole, like what it actually entails and all this stuff, I want to show you exactly this image. Because this basically sums up like the priority system that you should be doing for this mechanic. Now you're gonna see it and you're gonna be like, oh my god, there's a lot of numbers, what the hell, don't worry about it. There's a whole timeline, and it's always the same. Like, this will always be the same. The most important thing right now is that, at least on the how the Fado has it, is that DPS are gonna basically be having grabbing the first tether clockwise from where Kefka is, and like this is the first this is what the first column means. The second column is always for a DPS or healer that have either first, second, third in line, and they're gonna grab the second tether clockwise from Kefka. Now, Accretion, it's only gonna spawn on one support and one DPS, and it's either gonna be first or second in line. These are, there's only two of them. There's only two Accretions, and they're gonna grab the tether on the counterclockwise, the first tether counterclockwise from where Kefka is. They're basically gonna grab it and like they're gonna solve their 3 lasers, because the whole premise of this mechanic is that you want to get hit by the laser 3 times so you can die, cleanse your like a debuff that you have, and then keep going. It's really intensive. And now the other thing that I'm missing is something that it goes in between the tethers. So this is the exact timeline of how it goes. You're gonna have one, like the way that people, I think it was Saya, that they actually counted it. Instead of like going through sets of tethers of like, oh, first set of tethers, second set of tethers, they go more specific into like, one, two, then you do the mechanics, 3, 4, 5 mechanics, 6, 7, 8 mechanic, 9, and then a hot tail, and then the last one 10. They do it in sets of 10 instead of just like 4 tethers, and it actually gives it more of you get used to the tempo of the whole phase like this. Now I'm gonna start showing you the VOD so we can go on of like how it actually looks in game and what you need to do. So to start with this mechanic, like again, like this is right after limit cut, tank buster, decisive battle into another tank buster. At this point, Chaos, he's gonna start doing Earthquake. Kefka's gonna become big, and the mechanic is about to start. So right from the get-go, a small tip, at least for me, is that I make a macro in the command panel. And so basically, I'm gonna mark myself with one of these. So like normal numbers, they're like taken in like the first time, The chains are taken the second time, and then the ignores are taken the third time. So right here specifically, I want to look at something real quick. Like when you see like this white thing on your screen, and like you're gonna see your buffs, right? So with that specific prio system, the first thing that I look at is like, okay, first, second, or third in line. Okay, I'm second in line, so I can be either chain 1 or chain 3. I have Accretion. It's this one. It's the one that looks like more brown. As you can see, it's on a support, and it's on me on a DPS. So actually, I'm pretty sure it's always on a healer, but I may be misremembering, because I remember someone mentioned that like Accretion is always on a healer and like any DPS. So I may be wrong on that, but I'm almost pretty sure they mentioned that. But regardless, it's the same prio system. So in my case, it's that. For over here, Samurai Epic, he's gonna be 1 first in line. Maeve has 3, so third in line over here, and pick the Mancer, second in line. And have second in line Accretion, so it's this one. We're already covered. DPS are covered, and supports and DPS, they have covered this one and the other one. It's covered. From the get-go, you should know that. And basically what this macro does also is that if I click, for example, I'm gonna click this one, and I have it written on my macro that I'm going clockwise. Oh my god, is this even a good color? So yeah, this is way better. I'm going counterclockwise, from like just counterclockwise, and like basically the towers that I'm gonna get. If we remember the other ones, it's like if I am like second in line, I will be taking 6, 7, 8. If we go by individual one, I'm gonna be taking it back to back to back. You're gonna see in the bot, don't worry about it. So for now, like I have two things: is the self-marking, at least for me, and it's gonna give me on my party as an echo, like which ones I'm doing. So right here, the very first step is that Kefka's gonna be north, and then he's gonna pop out of existence right here. And the very first thing that I want to do, because like right now, if you're a healer and you're watching this, like this is hell, like because you have to heal yourself with Accretion, so it gives a red white, and then you have to heal to fool someone else, so it goes away, because the mechanics right here is like everything's stone, and you don't want to have this earth resistance down. Anyway, right here, you have to keep your eyes open, where you can either eyes and ears open, because he can spawn any cardinal, any inner cardinal. And basically right here, he spawned right in front of me, so I can see him. Right here, he's gonna cleave, he's gonna raise up his hand and basically cleave that side. And we have to go to the other side. So if his left hand goes up, we're gonna have to go to the opposite side. And if we go to his right, it's always a full party stack, and it's usually on the cardinal that is like 90 degrees right next to it. But like this general area, like you just want to be stacked up, because like sometimes it gets hectic. Just make sure you stack up and you're not in the middle. If it's the other side, we're gonna do rolls, which is tank on this cardinal, healers, and then the other cardinal for the DPS. Now that was a lot, so let's see what happens in the actual pool. We're gonna be in the middle. He raises his hand. He raised his right hand, so we're going left. Is the one hand that is right here. Tanks are gonna go to this cardinal, the one that is closer to the hand. Healers right here in the middle, and DPS just basically away from them. We stack right here. We're not in the middle. We're not in the middle, because you look, he's gonna cleave all that side on the right side. You have to be quick, and there's a small area in the middle. It goes away. Now, this is where we count. This is the first one. This is one. Now, the way that this one's spawn, they're gonna try and spawn on a cardinal. But these are different from this set. The first and fourth set, they can change positions, basically. 2 and 3 are always the same. Where they spawn, they stay there. So it becomes, at least for this first set, it becomes like really like hectic. The first and fourth set become hectic because they can like spawn. You're gonna see it, like it spawned at A, right? So they go clockwise to the inner cardinal, the square marker, and they just basically stand like right next to it. So they're gonna take it right here. The whole party's in the middle. If you're not taking a laser, that's it. Boom. They took a laser, so now they have to find the next tether that is spawns, basically on the cardinal. So in this case, they're gonna keep going. They're gonna go and grab this. Now the support that is first in line is gonna grab this second tether, and they're gonna go clockwise to the next inner cardinal right here. Everyone else is gonna go to a cardinal. The support going there, the DPS going here. The same DPS. They just took it, they go take it. They're gonna go rotate, and then you're gonna use this. This is imperative. You're gonna use the marker if you have these markers, of course, but like you wanna go to the inner cardinal because it auto solves the laser. Then right here, this is really stressful for tanks, because right when the second one is about to be done and solved, like the lasers aren't even off yet, and Exit is already casting the Tank Buster, the Thunder 3. So as a party that is not taking a tether, it is your responsibility to get away from Exet. Like, it's really hectic because Exet, when he's casting Thunder, he cannot move. So as a party, just move away. So right there, the tethers are solved. Our tank is gonna go in. Make sure you stay away, because like if everyone's away, like it's guaranteed that it goes on the right tank. So right here, it's always a tank buster first. Kefka is gonna disappear, and you want to solve first the Chaos Half-Room Cleave that is baited on any person landing Edic. So you want to be behind Chaos, and look at Kefka. Again, this is the same thing. He raises the right hand, we go to the opposite. If it's left, it's always rolls. If we had gone to the other side, right, is the full party stack. Again, I'm just repeating it, but for now, we're gonna go and do rolls, make sure we're behind Chaos, and we basically split. Let's go. We're splitting. Again, using the 3 markers to kind of like give it a, a difference of like rolls, right? Like, you just gotta be careful. Then right here, we're on the next set of tethers. This is actually the second set, and this is the first time that someone is gonna actually change or swap tethers. So right here, I'm doing a top-down view to see where they spawn. Now, Kefka's over here. This is the first portal, there's a second portal, and third portal that is over there. It's over here. And they're gonna stay in this positioning for the entire like set. Meaning that once the laser goes off, the portals are not gonna change. So basically, whoever's right here goes to the inner cardinal right here. There's also a portal, like there's also a black hole, so make sure that you're not standing like right next to it. Like, you can stand like over here. Well, actually, a little bit more. A tiny bit more. Like, you want to give it some space, because when the swap happens, you don't want someone to like go into the black hole. They get a damage down. They technically take a lot of damage, and they can die and proc your diva of this one right here. You don't want that to happen preemptively, because that's the other whole thing of the mechanic. There's a lot going through here. So for now, like, they're just gonna grab the tether. They rotate to the inner cardinal. As you can see, they're right here. There's the inner cardinal marker. They're gonna be slightly away from it. Like, you give it some room. You give it some room, so then the swap actually happens. So right here, one laser goes off. Someone goes and takes it. They just did the swap right here. They went and swapped after the first one. This is where the number 1 and chain 1 swap places. This second laser is where the support 1 and chain 2 and chain 2 switch. And whoever had the Accretion one, they're just taking the 3 back to back to back. They didn't move. They literally stood in the inner cardinal, and that's it. This second one is tricky. This after the second set of tethers, it's tricky because Chaos is gonna do the half-room cleave first. And Kefka is gonna teleport, but he's not gonna do a slam. So you have to go behind Chaos and immediately go to the wall. Go to the size of Kefka, because he's gonna do a hot tail, or he's just gonna do like this line AoE through the middle. We call it hot tail because it reminds us to, Nidhogg. So we just go to the side. We go far away, so we just basically want to play safe. Like, that's one of the things. But also, like, Exet is moving because the tank is moving away. Because right now there's a tank buster, Thunder 3. You have to remember, a lot of us like manage to you want to keep the damage going, right? We're gonna gap close, but you have time to like gap close to Chaos if you're a melee, and then get away from it. Because the tank has to go in and take it. Or basically, at least with the tanks, they had to swap it. So like right here, they're doing this, they're doing this. They're taking it, And then Kefka, he did not teleport. He's just gonna stay here. So it's gonna be the same orientation. Kefka's right there, from where he did the hot tail. And you can see the first tether right here. First tether. The second tether should be like perpendicular, and the third tether should be right opposite of it. It's always in this formation. Like, there's never a formation that is like skewed or anything. Like, they're perpendicular from each other, or like it's opposite or like perpendicular from it. Um, like now for me, it's like, okay, this is my time to shine, right? So right here, I go and I take it because this is mine. Because this is the first tether from Kefka, and that is one. The second tether is this one, and from left of Kefka over here, it would be the one that has Accretion, either 3 or chain 3. And then I'm doing the thing that I just said. I grab the tether, I go to the next, clockwise in a cardinal marker, and I just stand here. I let it solve. Right here, there's another swap incoming. A swap just happened right here on the DPS side. After that first laser. The next laser now is the support side. They're gonna go and take it, and they're gonna switch. For me, I just took 3 lasers back to back to back, and it cleansed my debuff. Primordial Crust is no longer there. I basically died because that's how it cleanses. You have to basically die in order to cleanse. So that happens, and this is actually one of the hardest part as a healer because right before this, it's gonna be latitude longitudinal, but also at the same time there's wide hole. So when that happens, we need everyone to be topped off. Everyone. They need to be topped off. If not, they get petrified, and you get a damage down, and it's GG. So this is one of the hardest heal intensive parts of it, and that's one of it. That's one of the things that is happening. The other thing that is happening is a longitudinal, latitudinal. So it's either you're gonna be on his front back or on the sides. In our case, it's longitudinal, so we're gonna go to Chaos sides. We're gonna go to his side, and we're gonna look at the hand. It can be either hand. So he's gonna, again, if he raised the left hand, we would have gone to the right party. But in this case, he raised the right hand. We're going left, rolls. So, but at the same time, you have to be careful because you want to dodge this carefully. Because remember, it's really big, right? So you have to go from the sides and decide exactly where you want to go. Because if we were going to the right, we want to go. We basically want to use the sides to start going where we actually need to go. In my case, we're gonna see that I'm gonna be on his side, and personally, I want to go and stay on the left side. So I decide to go up of chaos. We all decided to go up of chaos. We go down so we don't get clipped. This is the part. If you dodge to the wrong half of the arena, you're gonna get crushed by this, and it's gonna give you a damage down. So you have to be quick about it. You have to see it, you have to practice it, but you have enough time to do it. And after the roll stack, we're gonna do the last set of tethers. This is basically 9 and 10. So 9, you do it's the same thing as before, that they're gonna spawn on a cardinal. You go clockwise from in our case, it's actually over here and over here in this cardinal, and you go to the next inner cardinal. You step away from that inner cardinal marker, and you just take it. Right here, whoever is a support that has the ignore 2 or the third in line is gonna have to be really careful, because after this 9th laser, you want to the entire party has to look at Kefka where he spawned and then go away. He's gonna do a hot tail. But whoever's the third in line, in our case it's our Gunbreaker, has to find the last tether, grab the tether, grab Set Tether, and point it away. It doesn't matter, just point it away from the party, away from everyone. And basically, it can spawn right here, and they point it away. In this case, it spawned over here, so they're pointing it just away. They point it away. And this is the hard part, where it gets really hectic, because you're done with Black Hole by now. Everyone's gonna cleanse right here. As soon as the tank gets hit by the laser, we're done with Black Hole. So now this is the imperative part, where he just did the hot tail, Delta in our case. We're gonna have to stack in the middle, and this is gonna be our new north. Or basically, you can do it the other way. If you look at this, if you look at his feet like this, you can see the front of his feet. That is basically you're looking at the new north. So we're gonna be stacking in the middle to do the next set of mechanic. We call it Stompies, stump a hole, whatever it is, whack-a-mole, whatever it is. So Basically the whole premise is like we start in the middle. We're gonna have tank 1, healer 1 over here, melee 1, range 1 over here. We're gonna have healer 2, tank 2, and melee 2, range 2. And we're gonna all start in the middle. We're gonna bait, and we're gonna go to our assigned inner cardinal to bait a second time. Once we bait a second time, well, actually, as we're going out to bait our second time, we're gonna see a stack. It's gonna be either on the DPS or on the support. If it's on the DPS have to reconvene in the middle. So basically the movement is like, they go out and they go back in and then they solve the towers. You're gonna see the towers in a bit. In the case of supports, if it's DPS getting the stack, they would go from middle to the outside to take in a tower. If it helps, like if it's a black shoe, you're light party 2. If it's a white one, it's light party 1. If it helps. But anyway, let's look at our example. So we're gonna be in the middle. We go out, and I see that the stack is on a support. Therefore, we have to go and take the tower. The towers spawn faster from Kefka's right or our left if we're looking like in front of him. So like you have to be careful of like not going too early. So like the people in the middle, like they're gonna take a tower. The people in the middle just took something. We take our tower, and as soon as we take our tower, it's time to do the opposite. The people that were in the middle, they're gonna go and take the tower. Our DPS, we're gonna go in the middle. Now, Big Bang is just like make sure you get out. It's a twister from where we took the party stack. So since we took the 2 party stacks in the middle, it just means literally get out. It just get out. His exit is casting blizzard, so it just means like keep running, keep walking, keep moving. And right here, basically, just kill the boss. Originally speaking, I thought about like using LV, but I saw that we had it, so like I decided to like not do it, so just to see like if we actually had it, but we did have it. Once that's done, welcome to P4. But holy, it's actually P4 is another monster, but that's for another day. Before I actually end the video, I want to show you a specific mistake that happened to us, and it's imperative, at least from my point of view, to show you like what you need to avoid specifically. So let me show you. And basically the mistake that I specifically want to talk about is right here. It's about the timing more than anything. So again, as I just said, like we're gonna be in the middle, we're gonna be stacking, we're gonna be solving, and right here in our case as the supports is the same thing as before, that the supports had it first. So right here we're gonna go and take a tower, but this is the critical moment. You have to be patient, both as a healer and as a DPS. You have to be patient because our healer unfortunately they didn't know. They thought the towers went off at the same time, so this is important. Like they thought that it went out at the same time, so they went early and they got clipped by the tower. And what happened on the other side was that my tank Yuri, he was not ready to take said tower. So you have to be mindful of the timing. It's like as soon as you get hit in the middle and you see that people already got hit on the other side, it's like you gotta sprint it, you gotta run. There's no time. Like you have to be on the move. If you're going on the right side, it's actually a little bit delayed. So you need to be a little bit of you need a little bit of patience for that. That is basically the only one, because it cascades. So it's like they took the tower alone on the right side. Since they died early, they took the tower alone. So we lost 3 people in a blink of an eye. And again, like Big Bang right here is like get away from the middle so you don't die, But yeah, like it's that quick. Like it happened to us, and we were like, oh damn, like what happened? Like at first glance we didn't know, and it's like it's actually important knowing the timing of this. And yeah, it's a really hard mechanic, and it's so deep into the fight that it's a lot. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. I hope it was useful, and I'll see you guys.